Hello friends, welcome into the Cowboys Report presented by BetDSI, the internet's #1 sportsbook. I am your host Tom Downey, here with the latest Cowboys rumors and news coming off that very, very ugly loss to the Indianapolis Colts. And speaking of that loss, that's our first rumor item. Was the loss to the Colts a reality check for the Dallas Cowboys? I'll give this one 3 stars, and it's not 4 because, well, let's say they play against the Bucs. Now, the players said they got a little bit too cocky, got a little bit too big for their britches before that game against the Colts, and then they came out and did not look prepared. We'll get to some quotes from some of the players, but they all said very similar things, that we needed a reality check, or, we came out a little bit unprepared and we got hit in the mouth. That's what DeMarcus Lawrence said. The reason it's 3 stars, for this to be an actual reality check, the Cowboys have to follow it up with a win against the Bucs, and I do think they'll win that game. But it's not really a wake-up call if you don't actually wake up for your next game. And we don't know if that's going to be the case. Now, I think it will be the case. I think the Cowboys will bounce back after what was just ugly all around against the Colts. But let's go see them do it this week against the Bucs. So 3 stars on that one. A similar rumor up next here, mostly led by Ezekiel Elliott. Was the loss a good thing for the Dallas Cowboys? This one I don't think makes any sense. It's fake news. Unless you're tanking, there's no such thing as a good loss in the NFL. Now, you can justify it however you want, but to say a loss was very much needed when you are trying to secure a playoff spot doesn't actually make sense for me. Now, maybe the Cowboys get back on track and they go on a nice little run here to end the season, but there's no such thing as a needed loss. That's just spin. That's just trying to justify a bad effort by your team. I don't think it makes any sense there. I disagree with it. Now, maybe the Cowboys will bounce back, and that would be a good thing if they do bounce back. But it would have been a lot better just to win this game and then get some rest and stay focused for the playoffs, not have a massive letdown game after a 5-game winning streak. All right, folks, go subscribe to our Cowboys Report channel at youtube.com/Cowboys Reports for more news, rumors, highlights, and special fan-led content. If you're watching here on YouTube, well, go subscribe. We got a lot of great content for you. If you're watching on Facebook, all the stuff we put on our Facebook page goes up first on that YouTube channel, youtube.com/Dallas Cowboys Report. All right, next up, could the Cowboys sign Barry Church? I would like it, but the Cowboys don't seem all that interested. I'm just going to give it the 1 star. Now, the Cowboys have openly said they did their homework on, I guess, re-adding the former Cowboy Barry Church. But the report from Mike Fisher is that they don't plan on adding him at the moment. Now, if injuries do hit, if Jeff Heath gets hurt, if Kevon Frazier gets hurt, heck, even if Xavier Woods gets hurt, I think Barry Church does become an option for the Cowboys. But remember, he's not the guy the Cowboys lost in 2016. That Barry Church, he ain't that player anymore. He has not been good for the Jags. So I would actually still like to add Barry Church because Kevon Frazier's hardly played. And I think in reality, if you're worried about adding another strong safety, well, remember, if Xavier Woods gets hurt, Jeff Heath becomes your free safety. So you're still looking for an extra depth really at either spot with the way that Jeff Heath is that almost hybrid type safety. So I'll ask you, should the Cowboys sign Barry Church? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I like the idea, but it's only 1 star because the Cowboys don't appear to be all that interested in adding Church at this time. All right, we'll keep it rolling now with some more Cowboys rumors here on the Cowboys Report. Let's talk coaches, because everyone likes to do that here. Is Jason Garrett still on the hot seat? First off, shout out #1 Cowboys fan on YouTube who had a fan rumor about this not that long ago. It's still 3 stars where, yes, he is, but he should be able to secure his job with a playoff berth. So Garrett remains in a playoffs or bust mode. We haven't hit playoffs or bust yet, so he's still kind of on the hot seat, but he's certainly at a much cooler seat level than what he was after that Monday Night Football game against the Tennessee Titans. In the end, if the Cowboys make the playoffs, I think Jason Garrett is safe. Now, there are some exceptions there. Here's one example. The Cowboys back into the playoffs, let's say they beat the Bucs, lose to the Giants in a meaningless game, and then get pounded by, let's say, Seattle in the wild card round. If that scenario happens, maybe the Cowboys do say, you know what, Garrett, thanks for the run, but you didn't do your job well enough. So, if the Cowboys don't win a playoff game, do you want Jason Garrett fired? I think the most of the answers will be 1 for yes. I would also feel that way. I just don't know if you're going to see the Cowboys approach it in that way. They are very, very happy with Jason Garrett. Jerry Jones wants Garrett to be the guy, but we'll see if that actually ends up being the case. All right, folks, today's show is brought to you by BetDSI. They got a great deal for you Head over to chatsports.com/bet. Use promo code Cowboys120, and it gets you a 120% deposit bonus. And since I'm playing St. Tom this holiday season, DM us on Twitter at chatsports once you guys do it, and we'll get you guys hooked up with a Cowboys jersey. It's the best deal this holiday season, an official, actual NFL jersey from Nike. And think about it. NFL jerseys cost $100 if you're getting a good one like this one. Or you can just go deposit with BetDSI for $50. The promo code Cowboys120 gets you an extra $60, and you get an NFL jersey. That right there, my friends, is value. So after you sign up and deposit at chatsports.com/bet, just DM us on Twitter at chatsports, and we'll get you guys hooked up with a Cowboys jersey. All right, back to see more Cowboys rumors here. How about firing Scott Linehan? I'm going to give this one 4 stars because, man, this team had better. Because Scott Linehan ain't it. He has done a bad job for this Cowboys team. He is holding back the offense, and it's the same things we've said week in and week out, that you guys have said week in and week out. Where's the mobile ability for Dak Prescott? Why isn't he running the football more? Why are you running curl routes on 3rd and long every single play? Even Amari Cooper said that in a press conference. He accidentally ripped Scott Linehan. The red zone continues to be an unmitigated disaster. The Cowboys have one of the worst offenses in the NFL, and their red zone offense really, I think, is the worst. I know the Niners have a worse one, but the Niners have excuses. They're down like their 3rd string halfback and their 3rd string quarterback. I know the Cowboys offensive line is banged up, but the Cowboys offense is better than the 49ers, and the Cowboys can't finish off drives in the red zone, in part because of play calling, in part because they actually drop a good play, and the fullback drops a wide open touchdown pass, or it bounces off the hands of Cole Beasley. The red zone, I think, is where it becomes toughest for an offense and where you need good play calling, and that's where the Cowboys have struggled this year in a big, big way, and it's obvious to every single fan that watches the game. So I'll ask you, do you want Linehan fired? Type KS for keep Scott, type FS for fire Scott. It's an easy FS for me. I doubt it comes before the playoffs, but at the end of the year, he has got to go. He is not a good offensive coordinator. Regardless of how loyal Jason Garrett is, he's holding back his team by keeping Linehan employed. All right, we'll move now to some defensive talk here. Is there going to continue to be limited snaps for Sean Lee? I'll give this one 3 stars. Jerry Jones called it conservative game planning, which I think makes sense. I think you'll see more snaps going forward. I think the Cowboys wanted to get him like 10 or 12 and ended up only being 7. Maybe you should have given him more in a game that was well and truly over by the middle of the 3rd quarter at best there. Giving Lee less snaps allows for 2 main things here. Number 1, allows for more of a slower ramp up. You don't have to hurry Sean Lee back and then have him get injured again. And, most importantly, allows for more Leighton Vander Esch on the field. Now, I didn't think Jalen or LVE fared that well against the Colts. Maybe you should have seen more Sean Lee, but the Cowboys don't seem interested in making one of those guys a strong side linebacker. So, in reality, 4 guys are going to get almost all of your linebacker snaps. Damian Wilson, Jalen Smith, Leighton Vander Esch, and Sean Lee. Now, we'll see if Lee does get more work in the coming games. I think the Cowboys want him healthy for a playoff run, but you also need to give him more snaps, I think, than just the 7. If it's only just double that, I think that makes more sense there for the Cowboys. All right, folks, once again, I'm Tom Downey. You are watching the Cowboys Report presented by BetDSI. We'll take it now to our next rumor here, and this one is intriguing to me because we don't really have a ton of information on it quite yet. And is David Irving going to return this year for the Cowboys? I'll give this one 3 stars. Now, this is what Jerry Jones says. Jerry Jones says he expects the Cowboys to bring back David Irving and get him back on the field. I think that's going to be the case. And remember, he is done with that high ankle sprain. We're kind of beyond the 4 to 6 week window at this point for David Irving, or at least at the end of it. I do think we'll see him come back. I don't know if it'll be this week. Maybe it's in week 17. Either way, Antoine Woods and Lee Collins has fared well enough. And I think for the Cowboys, they don't really trust David Irving. There's always something off the field. He's always banged up. I think you'll see Irving come back this year. I'm not going to put it at the 4-star level like I think Jerry Jones wants to put it at. But I think overall for the Cowboys, you do want David Irving back out there, right? You want him to have that extra impact player on the interior. You need that extra guy that can actually pressure the quarterback, which was not a factor against the Indianapolis Colts because that offense or that defensive line just didn't show up. All right, folks, today's show is brought to you by BetDSI. Head over to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code Cowboys120 for a 120% deposit bonus. And then we can get you guys hooked up with some awesome Cowboys shoes or a Cowboys jersey as well. All you got to do, sign up deposit. Again, chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Cowboys120. Then DM us on Twitter at ChatSports. Once we verify it, we'll get you guys hooked up. Those shoes are awesome. The jerseys are great. It's the best value out there this holiday season. One more time, it's chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Cowboys120. Then DM us on Twitter at ChatSports. All right, 2 more rumors to go through here. Is Xavier Su'a-Filo going to be okay for Week 16? I'll put it at 2 stars for now. It's almost really 3, but the Cowboys, they're going to have to play the wait-and-see game here with Su'a-Filo, who suffered a very nasty left eye injury against the Colts. La'el Collins' thumb accidentally poked Su'a-Filo in the eye, went pretty far deep, and it swelled up to a baseball size, which is not good. You don't need to be a doctor to know that one. Now, Jason Garrett said there was a positive report on Su'a-Filo, but to play football, you need to be able to see things, so the swelling will need to go down for Su'a-Filo to be out there in Week 16. And the Cowboys' offensive line, it's precariously thin right now. All right, Su'a-Filo's now banged up. We know Zach Martin is hurt. Adam Redmond, even though Jason Garrett called him or said that he battled hard, that's coach speak for he tried, but he's just not very good at football. Connor Williams, again, is your swing guard right now. If one of those guys can't play, he will be the next man up. I think you'll see him get action at both left guard and right guard this week during practice. All right, folks, if you're looking for something this holiday season to add to your Christmas wish list, how about a Mizzen and Main shirt? The URL is comfortable.af, and it does check out because these shirts are comfortable as F. You are not going to find a more comfortable shirt, be it a dress shirt, a sweater, or anything else from Mizzen and Main than what we've got on here, or what they have at comfortable.af. Go check them out today. All right, one last rumor, which I think is actually almost news, is there too much work right now for Zeke Elliott? 4 stars. I could not agree more. Now, look, you guys know I am a conductor of the Feed Zeke train, especially in the red zone. But what the Cowboys did with Zeke Elliott against the Colts, it's coaching negligence is what it was. He is on pace for 409 touches this year. His previous high in his first year was 363. Why did you keep giving Zeke the ball down 23-0 in the late 4th quarter? What do you possibly have to gain? He does not need more work. He does not need to get extra touches. In fact, he needs the opposite. He needs less touches. You're not going to win that game. You're down 23 with like 5 minutes to go. Get Zeke off the field. Put Rod Smith out there. Give Zeke the breather. The dude limped off the field a couple of different times in that game. It doesn't make sense. He is leading the NFL in touches right now. As workhorse of a back that Zeke is, if you get the chance in a game that is out of reach, don't put him on the field. That didn't make sense also behind a bad offensive line. It didn't make any sense at all. I don't know what the Cowboys were trying to do by continuing to run the football with Zeke Elliott down by 23. So I'll ask you guys, should the Cowboys reduce Zeke's touches? Type A for yes, type B for no. You got to keep him at least a little bit fresh for that playoff run. If the Cowboys clinch us this week against the Bucs, I am all for just sitting Zeke Elliott in Week 17. As I say that as a Zeke Elliott fantasy owner with a Week 17 championship. The Cowboys have got to find a way to get Zeke fresher than what he is right now. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.